Welcome to Cadence Design Systems Fidelity Tutorial Tuesday, where we show you how to use a feature or demonstrate a technique in just a few minutes. In this video, we're going to show you how to export and import a preferences file. I have in front of you an instance of Fidelity Pointwise that is currently running in my company machine, my company laptop. So in this case, we're going to be talking about preferences. So let's go ahead and open the Edit Preferences panel. And in this particular case, I have reset everything to default. So if I look at the background is default, every single option that I have in here is default. In particular, there's also a reset defaults button that we can actually use to ensure that everything in the preferences panel is default. So let's go ahead and make some changes that you might like to do in your instance of Fidelity Pointwise. For example, I can change the background color, or I can say that I like to use the show drawing guide. And for example, I can come in here and change my default CA solver from CGNS to CFD++. All right, let's go ahead and make some changes to the preferences like you would do when you're using Fidelity Pointwise. So I can close these, and let's see what happens if I close Fidelity Pointwise, and in this same machine, I open a new instance of it. So let's go ahead and close it. I'm going to come over here and relaunch Fidelity Pointwise in the exact same machine, still running on my company laptop. Fidelity Pointwise is going to open, and as you can see already, the preferences that you defined just a few seconds ago, they are still here. I'm running in the same machine, so everything is preserved. You can go to Edit Preferences, and you can see the background is the way you set it up. I have my drawing guides. My CAE solver is set up to CFD++, which you can actually see in here is set to that by default. Again, all my preferences are preserved because I'm actually using this same machine. Now, what happens if I go to a different machine and I open Fidelity Pointwise? Obviously, it's a different machine. Everything is going to be set by default. If you want to set your preferences the way we have done here, you would have to manually go and reset everything. Or there's now an option down here still in the preferences panel that allows you to export a preferences file that you can then obviously copy to the new machine. And in the new machine, you're going to be able to import that preferences file to basically get all your preferences set up the way you like them. So let's go ahead and export that file. I'm going to click export, save these as preferences, for example. Go ahead and save it. And now we're going to go, I can close in here, but we're going to go to a different machine. Okay, I'm here in a completely different machine. So the first thing I'm going to do is to paste that preferences file that we saved just a minute ago. Let's go ahead and launch Fidelity Pointwise in this new machine, and let's see what we have. As expected, you can see already everything is set up by default. If I go to my preferences, this is a new machine, different instance of Pointwise, everything is set up by default, as you can see right there. Same thing in the graphics. The show option is not checked on. CAE, if you go here, obviously, again, everything default, CGNS being the default CA solver. So we have in here, as I showed you before, an import option now that will allow you to import a preferences file, which is what I just did. Now, when you import a preferences file, you can see that a couple of new messages show up. The first one right here is telling you that the file was indeed imported. The second one right here is a warning that says, warning, new preferences will not be imported until you manually restart Fidelity Pointwise. So in order for these preferences to take effect, I need to basically close here and restart my instance of Fidelity Pointwise. Go ahead and close these, relaunch it, and you're going to see that in this new machine, all my preferences that I brought through that preferences file are now actually in effect. I can see the black background, I can see the drawing guidelines, and of course, down here, I can see that by default, my CA solver is now set up to CFD++. And that is how you can actually export and import your preferences file. If you like this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, drop us a line down below or connect with us on LinkedIn, which is linked in the description. Thank you all and have a pleasant Tuesday.